Hi, I'm Eric Martin. I'm the inventor of the Prospector Shovel, the Golddigger Prospector Shovel, and we're going to take this shovel down to the river and show you how it works. Basically, I went online. I started prospecting about 2 years ago. I joined GPA at the show, bought myself a metal detector, and went prospecting. I was losing a lot of sand and gravel for my shovel. And I went online to find myself a prospector shovel, and lo and behold, nobody made one. So I decided it's about time, after 150 years, that prospectors have a shovel made for them, designed for them. And this shovel does not spill sand. As you can tell, it breaks down for backpacking, and I usually put the shovel together after I get to my spot where I'm going to be digging. So just one screw and it goes together. It's already screwed on the other side. Okay, the shovel's getting screwed together nice and tight so you don't lose it, lose the bolts. Now this is the Golddigger Prospector Shovel. It works in dry sand as well as wet sand. So if you're in the desert, wherever you're at, this shovel with the high sides and back, you can get a good look at it. It doesn't lose any sand no matter where you go. If you're working in the dry sand, you get your shovel full of sand, nothing spills out when you're going back and forth. Move back and forth, and up and down, whatever. You can pour it right where you want it to go. You see it just kind of pours off to the side in about a 3-inch area. So no matter how big your spot is you want to put it, it goes directly where you pour it. So it's good for the desert area. We've used it out in Barstow. It digs out there with high bankers, with dry washers. And in the stream, it works equally as well, if not better. What it does is the stream water comes in, wants to wipe out, like a regular garden shovel, just wipes your sand out of the back. The water hits the back. It tries to go up and over, but instead it's folded back on us. So this water diverter on top folds the water back on itself. So it virtually stops the flow of water through the shovel. The water now goes around your sand and gravel, and I'll demonstrate that in the stream. A rocky area. Okay, now I've got a good shovel full of sand. I'm working in the river, right in the flow. Nothing is lost. You can zoom in on that top part of the shovel right there. You see that nothing is being lost from the shovel. It's all right there on top. That little bit of sand right there on the top is not leaving the shovel. It's right there. You want to pour it out, it's right to one side. You don't spill anything. So when you're working in the river, also the shape of the shovel, you get its profile, the high back and sides, it kind of sweeps toward the front. It's pretty to look at, but it serves a purpose too. What happens is, when you're trying to work around boulders, it goes up against the boulders. You go in between boulders, it's hard to get a spot where you can see me, but get in between the boulders. See that contour fits between the boulders, so when you're on the bottom, you're actually scraping underneath the boulder you're working off, like underneath the boulder here. It fits in. See that shovel kind of fits in behind that boulder. So that lets you get all the sand and gravel that's beneath that boulder. That's where the gold hides, in the dirt and sand beneath those boulders underneath in the river. So this shovel, the contour fits almost any boulder you put it up next to. The contour is going to fit to it, right to the shovel. So you're getting the sand that's in the dirt next to the boulder. One advantage also of having the river shovel is you work in the river. So when you're classifying your material, your classifier is right there on top of the bucket. So you're digging the dirt and gravel, getting a dirt gravel fluid. There's a lot of rocks here. I don't know if you can see the sand that's also in among those rocks. So you're getting the rocks and any sand and gravel that's with the rocks. It's coming into your shovel. So you're not losing any material. So I get down here and get a nice, when you get these big rocks, that's a good thing. You take the rocks out. I don't know if you can see that from that distance. The sand and gravel is in there. That's the sand and gravel that was in and around and underneath rocks. That's where the gold is. You want to classify. You're classifying right there. And you're done. Ready to get another bucket full. That's a whole lot better than working up on the dry banks and having to run down to the water to classify your material. Your sluice is right there. You want to get a bucket full of sand, you want to put in your sluice, it's right there. You're working in one tight spot, and you get not only get more for every shovel load, the Golddigger will hold almost double what a number 2 shovel holds. So you get twice as much done for the same amount of effort. This is a very rocky area, but when you get down below the rocks, the surface rocks, some of you hit submerged boulders. Then you've really got a nice spot because all these rocks are just like riffles. It's hard to see probably on film, but you're getting sand with the rocks. That's the nice thing about working in the river. You just keep on going. You can kind of wiggle your shovel around it and get up next to those rocks, next to the boulder, the large rock. There again, there's quite a few rocks here. But the gravel that's underneath, that's what we're after. It's that gravel that's underneath there, that's where the gold is. Underneath the rocks. And you're getting it all. Give it a little bit of shake. The sand and gravel is in. Check for nuggets and keep going. So one thing you don't have to worry about in the current, working in the current, is losing sand from this shovel. You come to a little sandier spot here in the river, which is should be a good showing for the shovel here. Get a good shovel full here. I shake it back a little bit. Now this is the shovel full I have, okay? I don't know if you get close to the shovel or not in the current, if you can see it. You see there's no movement of sand. It's all right there in the river. When you want to pour it out, it goes right to one side. No loss of sand. You put it right where you want it to go. When you're using a shovel, I recommend you get a little hand pick. It'll fit in the bottom of your bucket. And it's extremely useful for loosening up the bigger rocks in the stream. Even a small pick will move the big boulders around for you. So get yourself a hand pick. You can loosen up the big boulders. When you're working, the shovel will come up with a lot of large rocks. And you just pick them up and throw them to the side, put them through your classifier. But you're getting this, the important thing is to remember you're getting the sand and gravel that's underneath those big rocks. We're from San Gabriel Canyon, where I invented the prospector shovel, the Golddigger Prospector Shovel. This is a video that's going to be of how it works in the river. Tomorrow we'll be going to Barstow, and we'll see how it works in the desert. But today is the San Gabriel Canyon, East Fork River. We've gotten several pieces of gold out of here in the past. I want you to take a picture of the river so we do what the current looks like. Gold is usually found underneath boulders, the backside of boulders. Boulders act just like a riffle. I know most of you can't work in the river because you don't have a river shovel. No one's ever invented one for you except this is the number 2 shovel. You can see a shovel full of sand. This current isn't real fast, but you see how long it lasts. The river. That's the number 2. This is the Golddigger. Golddigger Prospector Shovel, River Shovel. Same area. Nice bucket of sand. Put it in the same current. Put it under there a little bit. Can you come in close? Close up the shovel. The sand in there. It's not even moving. The Golddigger shovel. Remember on that, there's a water diverter. It diverts the water around the sand. You don't lose the sand. Over here, faster current. Same thing. The sand, right behind a boulder here. See, the sand is still all right there. Right in the faster current, the sand stays there. The sand is still there. That's the Golddigger. When you get the port in your sluice, you move it to the side instead of spilling the sand out, you divert it right to the place you want it to go without any spillage. That's the Golddigger. Okay, this is the gold we found in the river. That's the benefit of being in the river and finding the gold. It's the gold's highway. It's where the river is where the gold travels, and that's where you find it. That's what we found using the Golddigger Prospector Shovel. At age 71, when I invented this shovel, I didn't think I'd be going in business, but I'm doing it for you guys. This shovel is a phenomenal tool. I wanted to share it with the world, basically. I'm wholesaling it. It's an expensive shovel to make because it's handmade. It's not a stamped piece of steel from a foreign country. As you can see, there's a lot of welding and putting together to do on this shovel. And it's all American-made, of 16 gauge, case-hardened American steel. And like I said, it's being wholesaled to you. If I gave it to a dealer, they would have to have a markup on it too. So you won't find this in any store. The only place you can purchase this is through my website or on eBay. And my website, I'm actually advertised in 2 magazines, ICMJ's Mining Journal and Gold Prospectors magazine. That's the only place you can find this shovel. Like I said, the dealers won't have it because they have to make a profit too. So I'm wholesaling it at $74.95, and this is for you guys. The Golddigger Prospector Shovel. It's a phenomenal tool. It's the only shovel that's made for prospecting. Wherever you dig, this shovel is the Golddigger. And you will appreciate this shovel as soon as you get it. I guarantee it, or your money back. That's how much I believe in it. I don't think you'll find that from any other dealer. It's a money back guarantee. You take it, you use it, you don't like it, you get your money back. Give it back to me. I guarantee you like it. My name is Eric. Be sure to visit me on my website, martinproducts.biz, or just remember prospectorshovel.com. Thanks for watching.